Okay. Let me come to you now, Jide, on this whole matter. If you look at the papers this morning, it's awash with developments coming out of Rivers State, especially statements coming from the former governor of the state and now the FCT minister, where he's saying, allow rule of law prevail for peace to reign, and the fact that peace will reign only when, and all of it, and then Fubara saying that he also is pointing fingers at some other persons from outside. We do not know who exactly, and we cannot state categorically right here now. And then he went ahead to take a step to institute a panel to look into this whole matter. Look at the issues on the ground and talk to us how the government is going about handling it, as well as the statements also coming in the process of trying to get to the root of the matter. Do you think that they'll be able to achieve this successfully?
Thank you very much. Hopefully. And let me start by commending the President, who has, by virtue of Section 5 of our Constitution, given a directive that the policemen should go and secure those facilities and ensure that peace is restored to the part of Rivers State that has been troubled by this post-election experience. And let me say this. When we start saying we are setting up a panel of inquiries, it's obvious for those who have been monitoring the political issues in Rivers State to know the key players on the battlefields, except we are pretending. And the former president of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, gave a warning towards the elections of the local government, alluding to the 1963-1964 political crisis that we had in the country, that eventually somehow escalated to the First Civil War. And these are issues that are still with us. And talking about the judiciary, Justice Lifu of the Federal High Court in Abuja gave an order that INEC should not release materials to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. Justice Igwe in Rivers State. And he also said in Abuja that the police should not provide security. Justice Igwe gave a contrary decision in Rivers State, that the materials should be released. So, but I understand the Chief Justice of the Federation, who also chairs the National Judicial Council, is getting involved in that. We need to stop all this. You see, politics should be a vehicle to establishing good governance. Election took place in the UK on the 4th of July 2024 that even moved the incumbent party away. We didn't read about all this. So, and for me, I hope, like the president has said, and the governor too, that this will not also go under the carpet. In this same Rivers State, when some party members, jumped to another party, you saw what happened. Right. The House of Assembly was attacked, brought down eventually. Why must we continue to destroy infrastructure? Yeah. The government will be the one claiming built with taxpayers' money. Then why should you open your eyes and let some power brokers, so to say, destabilize the society? And if we still claim we don't know them, then we have not migrated from not being able to bring the sponsors of Boko Haram to justice, even though we claim to know them, about 400 of them, reportedly. So these are issues. And look at Rivers State. It has remained a political hotbed.
Right.
In 2013, when APC mobilized to oppose PDP, it started with ACN, CPC, APGA, and ANPP. And eventually, it was Rotimi Amechi, the governor of Rivers State, that spearheaded the G7 against then President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and formed the new PDP that also, a part of them joined the APC. And we are still there. Rotimi Amechi at a time also, who also claimed to be instrumental to putting Wike in office. Wike rose up against Rotimi Amechi. Now, Wike is saying, I'm instrumental to put in Fubara. Worked very well with him. Fubara and Wike at loggerheads. What is going on? Is it about godfatherism? Is it about political influence? Rivers State, reportedly, is the second richest state in Nigeria.
Right.
So what are the dividends for the citizens? If we know that now it's all about politics, then let the citizens be moved out to one corner. Then let's set up a stage for political gladiators. I'm not happy. So I was asking a question. So who will rebuild the House of Assembly that was brought down because two politicians are fighting? And unfortunately, and I say this respectfully, there are some ignorant followers that will be used as foot soldiers. And I have a message for them. When these political gladiators go receiving their return certificate, they don't go with their thugs. They go with their wives and children. And if any thug has followed them to go and shake the hand of the president or whatever, let that thug come out and say. So because we also as citizens must come to the point where we defend our infrastructures. They are all friends.
Right.
They differ when it comes to power play. When interest brings them together, they come together again. So we have the judiciary now. We have the federal government, the executive power of the president. We have the state authority. And you can see now the ticket that Wike played is what Fubara played. He also in PDP and APC at the same time, holding the two parties. And now, Fubara also has raised a proxy party, APP, to win all the, except for one.
Yes.
You see, so it's for them it's gain. I'm looking forward to a moment when the wealth of the nation will reflect on the majority of the citizens. So, but I tasked our president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces, who has the mandate under Section 5 of the Nigerian Constitution to execute the laws and maintain the Constitution in Nigeria, to please don't let this go away. You know, let's throw political considerations to one side and let's begin to have good governance in Nigeria.
Shouldn't let this go away, how do you mean? Because he has spoken, he has instructed the police to ensure, to restore peace and order into the states and also protect the secretariats of these local governments.
So the peace and order get restored. What about the influencers? We call them opinion leaders in public relations. I was listening to a political gladiator threatening some governors that I will put fire in your state. Openly. So when fire is burning, where do you turn? Let me say this. If you benefit from injustice today, you may be haunted by injustice tomorrow. Let's fix I mentioned it purposely. Election took place in UK.
But let's not also forget that when this whole drama started, that the president called the two political gladiators to his office, and there was an agreement reached, and they all moved on from there. Isn't that the president's intervention?
Aesop, the wise man, said, after much is said and done, more is said than done. So we've come to a point. Wike also is alluding to it that Fubara is not respecting the rule of law. Let me ask the simple question. Who respects the rule of law amongst the leaders in this country? In fact, there was a time a former president said that he will sidetrack the rule of law for security and national security interests. And my big question then was, what is the hub that makes security to rotate? In the absence of rule of law, forget about security. And that's the point I'm making. So if it's just about go and resolve your matters and they make it a family affair and resolve it, and nobody is brought to justice, we're going nowhere.